Okay, so we found the expected value, or the mean, by multiplying x times p of x and putting it here. So that's why if you look up here, this is b14 times c14, this one times this one, put it here, and then this one is b15 times c15, and then b16 times c16, and then we just added those all up to find our mean. This number is our mean, 1.6. So now to figure out the mean minus x, we can come right in here and we can do the equal sign. And I want to do this, I want to make this generic. So I just want it to grab, always fix this mean value right here that's in D17. So if I click on D17, it's going to go ahead and plug it in there for me automatically. But since I want it to always use exactly D17, I don't want it to change to like D18, D19, D20. I have to, oh, notice how I move my arrows. I'm going to click in between the D17 and I'm going to put a dollar sign. And then I'm going to click in front of the D and also put a dollar sign. And what that's going to do is it's going to always fix that I'm always going to use just the cell D17 because I always want to use that number. Then I want to subtract X, which is right here, B14 for this cell. And I hit enter and it does it for me. Now if I go back on that cell and I make the thinner plus sign, which is this one right here, and I right click and drag down, it will fill in the remaining two cells for me. And if I just click on them and then look up here, notice it did, it did D17 minus B15, it knew to increment, and then here it did D17 minus B16. So it did all those deviations correctly for me. Now I'm going to go and I want to square it. So all I have to do is go to this cell and I'll do the equal sign to get it started. I'm up here. And then I'm going to take this cell, which is E14, and I just have to square it. So I'm going to do shift hat squared and I hit enter. And I'm going to click on that cell. I'm going to bring my cursor down to where it's a thin plus sign. I'm going to right click, holding and dragging to fill it in. Okay, and then now I'm going to take this cell and multiply it by the probability of x. So I do the equal sign to get the calculation. Then I do this cell, which is F14, and I'm going to multiply that. So I do the times the probability, which is 0.032 in that case, and then I hit enter. And then in order to fill it up, I'm going to come down here and drag like this. Okay, now the sum of this column will be the variance, and then all I'll need to do to get the standard deviation is to take the square root. So to get the sum of this column right here, I'm going to go down to the column just below it. I'm going to do equal sign, and then I type the word sum, S-U-M, and then I do a parenthesis, and then I can put it on this first cell, which is G14. And now if I hold the shift, and then while I'm holding the shift, I'm going to do the down arrow and it's going to grab the rest of that column. And then I just close my parenthesis and hit enter. And then if you go back on it, you can see up here that it added G14 to G16. So those are those columns right there. And that number is your variance. To find the standard deviation, you need to take the square root of that number. So you'll come in here and you'll go square root, and then just go up to the, and remember this isn't going to work for me because I didn't put the equal sign, so I'm going to go back in and put the equal sign here, because to make Excel be a calculator you have to put the equal sign in the formula bar first. I'm going to take the square root of this number right here, which was my variance, and then I'll hit enter. Okay, and so 0.55, that is my standard deviation. So if we come in here to work this problem, we can type in all of our answers real quickly. Oh, sorry. Let's see if I have time to do this. It was 0.032, 0.337, and 0.632. 0.032, 337. Well, I'm not going to have time to fill this in, but this will be the way to get the correct answers. So I hope that helps.